should tell you about Crystal. She's 32 years old. She has 6 children. Only the youngest 3 live with her. So, I mean, pretty much the scenario I set up in Fallout, she didn't have the 6th one then. I think she just did that to piss me off. Just to make that book totally inaccurate. No. I told you she went to prison. I mean, okay, so there's the jail time in Glass, right? And so, she was pregnant at the end of that. She had that little girl. They went back to the lifestyle. Then when she had her 3rd, the day they sent her to prison, and they went to prison for fraud and ID theft and the things they were doing to support their habit. On the day they were sending her to prison, I got a phone call, you have to come get this baby. I'm like, what baby? I didn't even know she was pregnant. She delivered the baby, they handed me the baby, and they sent her to prison for 2 years. I had the baby until I found her father, which was a different father. He had her until his new girlfriend started to abuse her, and she went into foster. And the other grandparents pulled her out. She's been in and out a couple of times. The second one, when they went to prison, Trey's sister took her. They cut off communication. We lost track of her for 8 years. We just found her 6 months ago through Facebook. Crystal just saw her for the first time in 8 years, 3 months ago. So those are the 3 really that I wanted to represent in Fallout. And I did write into the future. Hunter is 14 today. He's fabulous, but he's 14. He's a hard child. He's a great kid, but he smells bad. Anyway, 2 years of prison, 4 programs. She met a guy in AA, got pregnant with her 4th baby. She had that baby, and then, so that's 6 years clean. That guy brought meth back into the house. She relapsed after 6 years. Cleaned up with her 5th pregnancy, and at that point, actually I went into their house, so she had a baby, and Clyde was like 4, and I went into their house, and there were fist marks on Clyde's face. I said, dude, you, out. You get out, I'm calling the cops. You get out, you stay out, and you go away forever. And he mostly has, mostly. And then she just had her 6th, she's a year old. So that's where she is. Crystal really was a straight A+ student, 150 IQ. Her dreams were computer animation. She had the artistic talent to do, I still have portraits hanging in my living room that she did. They were beautiful. She will not have those dreams. I mean, they're gone. She's selling newspapers, kind of pretty much taking care of her kids. I mean, she's stable, which for me that's good. But she won't have those dreams. She has brain damage from the drug. Because, the drug really is manufactured with caustic chemicals. So when you ingest meth, all those caustic chemicals go into your bloodstream and they come down. That's why their teeth get rotten, because they come down into your gums. And they also come into your brain, through all those veins. So she has brain damage kind of in that part of the brain where the drug hits. A benign tumor there. She has lung damage from smoking it. Does not have cancer. That was fictionalized. So if you guys read Fallout, don't worry about that. That's a question I get. So is she okay? She doesn't have cancer. She's stable. I guess the worst thing is her father from Albuquerque, he moved in with her about a year ago to detox. And he's taking care of her babies. So I'm a little concerned there. I'm keeping a heavy eye on it. She's in Vegas and I'm in Reno, so it's about 450 miles apart. But she just kind of reconnected with an old high school boyfriend, so she may be coming north, and I don't know, it's kind of hopeful. So, hopeful.
How is she making ends meet?
She's selling newspaper subscriptions. She's got kids that, a team under her that goes out and sells paper and stuff, which is, it's not lucrative. She's paying her bills, put it that way. Yep. When I started Crank, she wasn't really that happy about it, but she was in prison, and I didn't care. But, that was an 18-month cleanup process to get that drug out of her system. When she got out of prison, and she saw, by that time, the book was starting to make a difference. When she got out, more of the stories in Glass came from her. So she was good with it after she kind of, got through that whole crazy phase. Yep.
Has she read any of the books?
Yep, she's read them. She's been. The only one I haven't discussed with her is Fallout, and I kind of started to, and she goes, "Oh, don't worry, Mom, I know it's fiction." I was like, "Okay." I'm not sure she was ready to consider that maybe, perhaps. And she and Orion, I will tell you, Orion is Hunter. They have a relationship. He's not anxious to connect with her. You know, I haven't cut that off at all. But he knows everything that's happened, and he understands why she left him, and so.
Is he calling you mom?
Yeah, since he was like 2, which is why we decided we're going to adopt him. It was like, you know, at this point we're just going to make this legal. Yeah, we look at him as our son. Yep.
In writing the books, where did you draw the line between fiction and reality?
A lot of it I wasn't there to see, so a lot of the stuff was fictionalized. At the time, I never realized that this was, you know, I was going to be standing up in front of people. When I do high school visits, you see pictures of the family, because I want you to see who she was before. But when I first wrote the book, like I changed characters. Like in real life, I have an older son and a younger daughter. You know, I flipped them in the book, and they're composites of real people instead of, you know, or made up. They don't look exactly like her boyfriends. You know what I mean? I didn't want the real people to open a book and go, that's what me. So I changed that. So the first 2 are about 60% true. Fallout's 40%. Well, you know, because it's in the future, so it's just one possible future. Yep.
What's your favorite book to write?
Identical. Identical is my favorite book to write because of the plot twist and the poems that, you know, reflected each other and kind of just making that all work. So, and Perfect is probably a close second. I think each book gets better. Writing quality, I think each book gets better because I'm becoming a better writer as I go along, which is what you need to do.